As for the federal trial, it's scheduled to begin 1 week from today. The path to that moment didn't come without its share of drama.
Yeah, the latest issue is over a witness the defense does not want called to the stand. Doug Reardon joins us live in the studio tonight with an explanation of all of it. Doug?
Yeah, guys, we're about a week away now from the start of this, and that witness's name is Amy Cooter, and she's a sociology professor and militia expert from Vanderbilt University. The defense doesn't want this trial to become solely about right-wing extremism, and the judge actually agreed with them last month.
That's unprecedented. We hadn't seen anything of that size and scope.
No matter what happens in the coming weeks, the trial of 4 men facing federal charges for their alleged roles in planning the kidnapping of Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer will be new territory for attorneys and a curious public. Now, a controversy over a proposed witness the prosecution wants to call. Amy Cooter is a sociology professor and militia expert at Vanderbilt University. In February, at a pretrial hearing, federal judge Robert Yonker questioned the necessity of the prosecution using her as a witness to relate the suspect's activities to right-wing extremism. As first reported by MLive, Jonker said he didn't want the trial to become a referendum on whether the trucker convoy in Ottawa is good or bad, or whether what happened on January 6th is an insurrection or legitimate political discourse. He goes on to say, "I just want the focus to be on what happened in this case."
Hard to know what a judge is thinking, but it may be just trying to give some boundaries for both the prosecution and the defense on where they could go. Clearly may have more of an impact on the prosecution side.
Javed Ali is an associate professor with the University of Michigan who studies extremism. He thinks the judge's comments are more of a guideline for attorneys to make sure they stay inside the lines of the case itself.
So hard to get into somebody's mind, but at least you can observe the things that they did in the real world. And if as reported, or at least as captured in the indictments, if those things actually did occur, those to me all seem to be pretty good indicators of violent extremism.
Ali points to the group's trainings with live ammunition, diagrams and maps indicating they plan to bomb a bridge near the governor's home, and the purchase of stun guns and body armor before their arrests as signs this wasn't just talk, but action. But he also notes because there is no true charge for domestic terrorism at the federal level, it makes the selection of witness testimony even stickier for the judge in the case.
Maybe it's just more of a guidance to the prosecution to stay in that lane than trying to open it up to a broader conversation and pulling in things like January 6th.
According to recent court filings, Judge Yonker did reject the testimony of 2 other witnesses, one an extremism expert, another a militia training expert, on the basis they might be misleading to the jury.
And we did reach out to Chris Gibbons, who is the defense attorney for one of the men facing charges, to hear directly from him on why they opposed the hearing, the testimony from Amy Cooter. He did not respond to our call today. But according to court filings, Judge Yonker did reject testimony of 2 other witnesses, one an extremism expert, another a militia training expert, on the basis they could be misleading to the jury. Again, that trial starts next Tuesday with jury selection, and you can expect full coverage each day from us here at Fox 17. Josh?